This next gentleman is an amazing friend of mine. I call him the Wizard of Oz because literally he has the coolest job. I hate that word job. He has the coolest business on the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steve Sims.
Which one's the one? Forward.
Now on the day I was born, the nurses all gathered round.
All right, so that's, shut up. So, that's the best music I've heard in 2 days. So that's good news there. All right, so thank you, Gio. I appreciate for you putting me on now. Really sweet of you. Renee, I'm not buying any of that horse crap. It's all photoshopped, so you're just an attention seeker. But, all right, so who would like to get 100,000 Facebook friends or followers to engage in your business within the next 24 hours? Yeah. Good for you. I have no fucking idea how to do that. But what I'm gonna teach you, hopefully today, is how to get. Calm yourself. I'm gonna teach you how to get one, because that's all I ever go after. I go after one client at a time. I'm completely the opposite to Nick. I don't care about the millions of followers. I care about the one that's going to be fun, that's going to pay me well, and that I'm going to enjoy. And the key word here is customer. Do you know the difference between a customer and a client? What is that? Want to yell it out, the difference?
Custom.
Well, what is it? How would you gauge a customer to a client?
Relationship versus transaction.
Bingo. Bingo. It's that relationship. Do you know how to check if what you've got in your database is a customer or a client? You phone them up. Because it goes like this. You phone them up, you go, "Hello, Mr. Thompson. I just wanted to speak to you for a few minutes about your recent order. Is now a convenient time to speak with you?" That's a customer. The client is, "Hey, Kevin, sit the fuck down. I've got something really cool for you." All right? That's a customer. Somebody you can phone up and go, "John, it's Bill." And they know who you are. Okay, that's the difference. And what I'm going to show you is how to engage and provide an emotion and a sensation to your clients, because obviously I'm incredibly intelligent and sophisticated at all this.
I hate to interrupt you, I just got to fix this real quick.
Have you noticed that? All right, so I'm now going to tell you the kind of shit that I get up to. Does anyone know where this is? Nope. Vatican. It's the back of the Vatican. Now, you can see it's a slightly out of focus picture because I had 12 Swiss guards with me, and you're not supposed to take photographs behind the Vatican, but when's that going to stop anyone in this room doing anything they shouldn't do? All right? So there's that. I will truthfully tell you, I got stopped by having a selfie with the Pope. So I got a client last year married in the Vatican and blessed by the Pope. All right? Then another client contacted me because he heard of what I was getting up to with these big fellas in the white dress, and he wanted an exclusive restaurant in Florence. So I cleared out the Academia, set up a table for 6, which they thought was absurd, at the feet of Michelangelo's David. All right? And I thought, that's pretty cool, but how can we make it just a little bit sexier? So I got Andrea Bocelli to come in and sing for him. All right? Now, I was able to do that because I have 4 million Facebook friends, bollocks. I was able to do this because I made a phone call. And it's as simple as that. We've got so technical with the way that we communicate with people today that we've lost the ability to communicate with them. We send a text, we send an email, and we think that's going to solve all the fucking problems. And it doesn't, because it doesn't get through. It doesn't resonate. You don't get a feed off of the other person. You don't get to engage in a conversation. Funny story about that. That's Veronica, by the way. Veronica Bocelli on the left-hand side of Andrea there. So I phoned up, on the Monday, and I phoned up Bocelli's management. Anyone can Google Bocelli's management, and there's a phone number, but you've always got to go through the correct protocol. So I phoned up Bocelli's management. They're actually in London. And I said, hey, how are you? I'm SteveSims. Wednesday night, 2 days away, I need Maestro Andrea Bocelli to come and sing to my friends at a dinner party. I've taken over the Accademia, and there's only going to be 6 people there. So this lady on the other end of the phone went, okay, then we'll pass that on, but don't hold your breath, click. That was the call, all right? Kind of expected that, but you have to do that first. You can't try and skip anything. So then what I did, and this is going back to guy in the white coat, the Pope, I actually phoned up the nun and Father Mario, who is the head priest of the Basilica, St. Peter's Basilica. And I phoned him up, and I said, hey, you don't know Andrea Bocelli, do you? And he said, yeah, he's been in the Vatican a few times. I said, do me a favor. Can you phone them up and tell them I need him to perform in Florence in 2 days' time? All right? I'm not lying to you. There's no reason for me to lie to you here. So it was about 30 minutes later, Veronica phoned me up and she said, do you want him there at 9 or 9:30? Okay? So then the standing joke was that now we're at about 3 o'clock on a Monday afternoon. Okay? I've got to get from Rome down to Florence, get all set up with the flowers and all that shit, make sure everyone's happy, find a fucking jacket. So I spoke to Veronica about the rates and, you know, the licensing rights, because obviously people like to take photos, and celebrities, they don't like certain photos and all that kind of stuff. So I went through all of that shit. And I said to her, oh, by the way, we've got a problem. By now, it's Monday afternoon. She's like, what's that, Steve? I said, I can't pay you. I can't pay you until probably Thursday or Friday. And she's like, well, why is that? I said, well, now we've come under an agreement, and I'm happy to sign a contract, but my account's in California. Bear in mind, I'm in Rome, different time zone. I said, by the time I initiate a wire, you're not going to see it, and probably until about 12 hours after it's actually, you know, you've actually performed. So she said to me, well, based on who called us, I think we're all right. So I got away with it. Now, that was really, really good fun. I really enjoyed it. But now what I want to do is introduce you to my workspace. And this is what I'm hoping I can impart on you here. This is actually the garden bar of the Hotel de Russi in Rome. And you'll see me there with a computer and a pile of these. Postcards, envelopes. You can see I prepared for this. Now, I picked these up last night, and I actually made Jesse Elder just validate that he actually saw me pick those up from the reception. While you lot were getting drunk and fornicating, I was actually picking these up. And what I'm doing on this picture is I'm actually going through my best customers, or those clients that I want to make even better. I want to get more customers. Okay, sorry, more clients. So what I do, and I keep it really simple, is I do this. Everywhere I travel, I go down to the reception desk. Did it last night, as I say, Jesse was there. If no one's met Jesse, you should, he's really cool. I went to the front desk and I said, hey, I need 200 envelopes, stationery, postcards, anything you got. And they sent me some, you know, they gave me some cards, and I don't know what all this stuff is. But it's got "and as Hollywood" written all over it. So then what I do is I shove a stamp up in the corner. Never put it in accurately. And there's one reason why, because computers do that. And we're not computers. And we've just heard from Renee saying that our perfection is in the imperfections. The fucker's even upside down. All right? So I'm now going to scribble on that. And I'm going to do it. The first one's here. This is no bullshit. I'm going to write in a Sharpie the client's address there, okay? Down here, I'm just going to put, saw a really cool piece of art while I was in Hollywood, thought you may like it. Next time in Hollywood, go and check it out. Stick it in there. That's it. That's absolutely it. And that's all I'll do. And I use up all of these. Now, pop quiz. How much should I pay for these? Pretty good marketing, isn't it? All right? So they're all going to go out to people. And I think Giovanni and some of you in here will validate. You've ended up with cocktail napkins for me as I've been traveling around. I'll go around to Poland and I'll just grab a bunch of envelopes and I'll send them out from Poland. Okay, I'll send them out from London. I guarantee you get a computer-generated letter, perfectly flat, typed out, with the watermark, you ain't opening that shit, because that's a bill, okay? But you get some retard that can't even put the stamp up the right way, and you're opening it, or it's got Poland on it, or when we took these letters, I can't go back, but when we did these letters and we were in Rome, I don't know if you're aware, but the Vatican's, it's its own place. It's actually got its own postmark as well. So you actually take them over to the Vatican, so all these people get the Vatican seal, okay? Now, we've all got databases, okay? Some of them are large, some of them are small. Regardless, what's the industry average open rate of an email blast? Depending on the date, the time is between, what, 7 to 15%? Nick, am I right? If you're lucky, all right? I send out 100 envelopes, handwritten, bent out of shape, some little Sharpie on there. How many responses do you think I get out of 100 letters? It's amazing. When it was with Gio, did you get the cocktail reception? The cocktail that I sent you? Was that the one you got from Rome?
Yeah.
Right. So I was in the Rusi, and they had in our room, they were advertising these new special cocktails of the hotel. And there was a way you could make your own cocktail. I thought, that's pretty good. So I went downstairs, said to the front desk, I said, hey, I got this, brilliant, loved it. And now I'll go, thank you, Mr. Sims, and all that shit. So I said, right, I need about 500 of these. And the lady behind the counter, she's like, no, I can't do that. I can't do 500. Manager comes out, what do you want 500 for, and stuff like that. I'm going to send them out to the top producers in the world, people that travel, people that spend shitloads of money. And guess who's going to be on the front of that letter? Guess whose postcode and logo, who's going to be all over that? I think it was about 24 hours. I got 1,000 envelopes, 1,000 of these cocktail things. They'd been down to the printer. These things were still hot. And so what you do is you get it, and all you do is you fold it like that. You don't make it too thin. Just shove it in the envelope like that. So it's still a little bit squishy. Because fulfillment centers, they put the fucking stuff down, and it's not right, is it? It's not real, okay? So you make it a little bit different. And I sent this out, and I had a client come back to me, and he said, Steve, I got your letter from Rome. He said, I got your cocktail recipe. I said, oh, great, you got it. He said, I've been sober 15 years. So I said, yeah, but you have friends, don't you? So the whole point is the client has to contact you, and at the end of the day, that's the only thing any of us want, isn't it? Just to communicate. Now, you can go downstairs and you can ask these people. Now, I want to ask you, how many people here live in Hollywood? So what we got, about 5, something like 5, 6? I can't see too much, fucking glaring that. Right, so we've got about 6 people. You're in a room full of movers and shakers. Now, I watch your Facebook postings and stuff like that, and you're all kind of like, slapping each other's back and stuff like that. But you're doing it in this circle. How many of you have actually reached out to your clients and say, look, I know if you're going to try and reach me, I'm going to be out of town for 2 days, but I'm with movers and shakers of the fucking planet, and I may not be able to come back to you straight away. How many of you have actually told the people to pay you that? You should all do it. One of the things that someone came up, and I forget who said it, they said, you are the correlation of the 5 people that you hang around with, okay? The people that buy and listen to you are because they like you. In part, some of them want to be you. And you're failing to tell them that you're getting better because your circle has just gone nuts with the people in this room. Don't you think this would be kind of cool for them to know? Yeah. All right? So how about if you went downstairs? Now, 6 people put their hand up. That means most of the rest of you are going to be on a flight, going to be traveling to get home. So you've got anywhere between an hour to 5 hours. I know there was a young lady from England. She's got like 3 days before she gets home. So I actually do this on the plane. You got nothing else to do. You'll go through all the movies twice. So fill these things in, get back, just shove them in the mailbox and forget about them. And tell them simply, again, do it on a Sharpie, brief. Power is in the brevity of the letter, okay? So you open up this postcard and on the bottom say, John, I know we haven't spoken for a couple of weeks. I've just had an amazing experience in Hollywood. I'll fill you in a couple of weeks. Send it off. Okay, and that's it. It's incredibly powerful. And that will show that all of this time, you've actually connected with your client, your customer, and hopefully made them even better for you because you've shown them that while you're actually in a room with movers and shakers, hint one, actually tell them that you're there. You know, go on their Facebook, go on their Messenger, text them, whatever, but then follow it up with a letter, handwritten. It's going to show that they're the most important people in your career, isn't it? After all, they're paying you to be here, aren't they? Shouldn't they know that you're actually getting better and smarter? Kind of be cool, wouldn't it? I'm done.